15, wrestling for Ashwaubenon, Jackson Newton.
Hey, you know, that's serious. Yeah.
I did wrestling like 1 year in second grade. I was not fit for that. I was like 40 pounds.
It's just a different configuration. But like you said,
Brother got what?
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same concept. You just have to figure out how to get from A to B. Just not used to having an external, that extra step in there. Hopefully, totally is not really. You're not busy this weekend as far as like, oh, I got this on. Well, wait, no, chill. Let's take a Sunday. You are busy this weekend. In the morning or the afternoon. So Saturday is Pulaski and Sunday is chill. But when you see what I can do tomorrow, it might only be like, I might take all this. Monday after 1 o'clock to 3. You don't have any that done Monday to evening. I'll be back. I just have to be back. Oh. Oh, yeah. But you would have a couple of hours. I have 2 hours. I have sleep over for probably an hour. And now the band, like I said, if you get the super duo, you might need the super duo. We'll see. We'll see how long. All right. So, okay, thank you so much. What's that? What's that?
I read over some of it.
Good. Oh, so she gave 2 copies? No, 1 copy. I have.
Yeah. What do you mean they essentially decided to win it? Is it not officially decided?
It's basically the same. What's that?
Would they need to pay for it to do that?
Yeah, if Bayport would lose a match, a dual meet, and then both teams would be whatever in one. Yeah. These are these people ready to some wrestle JV matches, so they can't wrestle some of these people must be sick. Obviously,
What is the only way to
No. When you go to weigh-ins, they do. They check your skin so you don't have any rashes, and they check your nails so you're not fixed.
Yeah.
So if they say, well, you gotta clip your nails, no. This kid is So if you want to, oh no, you don't have a copy. Sorry, you have just you.
Yeah, we can do it.
So we can just use it. So all this is just this is so we know. So what's going to happen here? You know, Jack's going to get a forfeit because they don't have a 106. They're going to. So what did I hear? It starts at 113 tonight. It starts at 113.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, thank you. 13, 20, 26. Well, they don't have a 30. Oh, they have 2 26s. They might bump one of these guys up the rest of the ride. Hawkins going to hold. Hawkins and Leisgang both rated at 34. Leisgang has been wrestling 150, so we'll see what happens there. But, so we'll keep track of that. Now, with this cheat sheet that we can whatever, this is just stuff that we can talk about. Now, I'll try to give you a little eyesight. As I'm talking about I might say something like, Logan, boy, Jack Falk is a wrestler, but Jack Falk has been having a great season. I might set you up so that you could have a little something to say, and I might even point at it so you know, this. Oh yeah, the Red Raiders got a nice, did a nice job with the Highlander interview. Like I'll try to set you up for it. So, you know how this goes with sporting events. It's like, well, there's a story here. There's no story. There's no story. And we're not going to show it. We're just going to say it.
It was a fun one. We wanted to get it.
But we don't see it as well.
Pulaski Community High School for Fox River Classic Conference Wrestling. Tonight's varsity duel features the visiting Jaguars from Ashwaubenon High School and your hometown Pulaski Red Raiders. Before we get started with the intros tonight, it is senior night here at Pulaski High School, and at this time I'd like to invite Brock Ambrosius, Andy Service, and Griffin Van Lannen to the middle of the mat, please. All right, Brock, Andy, Griffin, if I could have you guys turn around and face me. I've got a message here from Coach Nate and the rest of the staff. They want to start by saying thank you for your valuable commitment to Pulaski wrestling. This is a night to celebrate all you've accomplished in your high school career. On this day, they ask you to remember a few things. They ask you to remember the impact you've had on your teammates, coaches, and parents' lives is unmeasurable. The time you've dedicated this sport that you love has shaped you into the men you've become today. Wrestling has changed your life and taught you more lessons about life, dedication, and battling through tough times than anything ever could. Remember the bus rides with your teammates, the get-togethers after tournaments, the most successful moments, and the moments you had to get back up after failure. You've accomplished something special. 4 years of the grueling sport of high school wrestling. No matter the results, the last 4 years have taught you that you can do anything you put your mind and effort into. Your coaches, teammates, parents, and community thank you for the time you've put into making yourself a better person, teammate, student, and athlete. Best of luck the rest of the season and into the future. How about a round of applause for our seniors? And now at this time, we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hats and headgear, and join Pulaski High School sophomore Sage Words in singing our nation's anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. And now for the starting lineups. As a result of the weigh-in draw, we will start with the 113-pound class, wrestling for Ashwaubenon, Colin DeMar.
Good evening and welcome, wrestling fans. I am Logan Thompson, and I'm joined in the broadcast booth tonight by Mr. Manning.
Yes, Logan, thanks for inviting me back. We are set for a Fox River Classic Conference wrestling duel here between your hometown Red Raiders and the Ashwaubenon Jaguars. Logan, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not like we're really faced with, on paper, what's going to be a highly competitive dual meet tonight.
No.
In fact, if you go according to the conference results so far, it's a bit of a mismatch. However, we will say this.
it's high school athletics, and you never know what's going to happen. I would say that we know that the Red Raiders are going to be without a couple of their starters tonight, and so you never know. Maybe an inspired Jaguar squad can make it happen. I will say that the Jaguars did do a nice job with during the junior varsity segment tonight. Out of the 5 matches wrestled, they won the majority of them. Perhaps even all of them. I missed one, so I'm not exactly sure. But that is really the story tonight. The Fox River Classic Conference Championship has already been decided.
Yeah, with Bayport locking up that victory against Pulaski last week. They basically have secured it now, and that'll be their 2025 title will mark Bayport's 9th FRCC championship.
And that's a pretty impressive job by Bayport. They've got a really nice lineup. And I also think it's kind of noteworthy to mention that out of the, I believe, 19 years that the Fox River Classic Conference has been in existence, you're looking at 15 of those championships picked up by either Bayport or Pulaski.
And yeah, Bayport's almost, now if they can win next year, they will have already won half of the years that it's been in existence.
Right.
For the conference championship.
Right.
Which would just be impressive.
It is. So they've done a nice job. They've strung together some really good seasons over the years, and they've got some nice squads. And we could say the same of Pulaski. The other teams that have picked up FRCC championships, well, you're looking at one of them here tonight.
Ashwaubenon, they have 3.
That's right. So
it's the same amount as, Pulaski is 6. They have half that Pulaski has, and then De Pere has the other 1.
Yes. So when the conference was first formed, Ashwaubenon reeled off consecutive titles and then picked up one more. I think it was 2012. But as I said, for the most part, it's been the Bayport and Pulaski show. This year was no exception, and that whole thing was decided a week ago when Bayport upended Pulaski over there in the Pirates, on the Pirates' home mat. So tonight, the starting weight class is 113.
Yeah.
And just checking. Even matches. Okay, just wanted to check what PA personnel Mike Nickerson said, that Pulaski has their choice in the even matches. That means in the odds.
Bayport has the choice.
Ashwaubenon has to.
Or Ashwaubenon.
Right, they have to present. Now, this is interesting because according to, I'm seeing, Pulaski has bumped Jack Falk up to 113. Jack is a 106-pounder. But they sent Jack Falk out to wrestle Colin DeMars. So here we go, folks. Tuck in your socks and wind the clocks. We're ready to wrestle here at the Fred Kessley Fieldhouse.
Colin DeMars is a freshman. He's got a 500 record going into the on-water tournament.
But he's been coming on here in January.
Yeah.
I think, again, as you mentioned, he's a freshman, kind of figuring things out early in the season. But he has put together a winning record at this point now. I don't remember exactly what his record is. But I will tell you that he's facing a tough one right here in Jack Falk tonight. Jack has already picked up his 3-point takedown. We mentioned this in our last broadcast a couple of weeks ago. But if you're new to it, if you haven't been following high school wrestling, there are a couple of rule changes. The takedown score was one of them. It's a 3-pointer instead of 2. So Jack Falk here in the lead in the first minute of this match.
And I already see Jack trying to apply that signature leg tourniquet of Pulaski.
Yeah, so that has been a bit of a staple in the program here for the last few years. Right now he's working that armbar on the left side, trying to get his tilt. He was close to scoring on a tilt about 30 seconds ago. Now he's really putting. And
along with the takedown point change, it's also now the pins.
Near fall points.
Near
have
fall
changed.
points.
Yes, near fall has changed as well.
It's 2, 3, and 4 now.
Correct. And now Jack running that arm bar. He got out to the side. He's trying to post that far shoulder, but DeMar's doing a nice job of keeping that far shoulder off the mat so that he could just kind of run and spin with that arm bar and not gain any ground on it. So DeMar's doing a nice job of fighting it off here on bottom. Now Jack has a double arm bar wrapped up. He's walking it over, and he's going to run out of time.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's one swipe, and the buzzer
just saved
him.
by the buzzer.
Yep. So no points. Jack Falk settles for a 3-0 first period. Green deferred, and Green deferred. That means the Jaguars deferred.
We'll go
and
neutral.
And Jack Falk has his choice, and he chooses neutral. As
single
you
leg.
might imagine. Jack does a little elbow pass, gets to that high crotch, head outside single.
And he got another takedown.
6-0 the lead. So, Logan, Jack Falk is really putting together a nice season. We would say he's probably one of, if not, Pulaski's top performers so far this year.
I mean, just this year alone, he's 28-4, which is just incredible in his 32 contests. That's a really high percentage. Ranked 7th in Division I, just at weight of 106. Tonight, wrestling up at 113. At the Highlander Invite, he was a top finisher for Pulaski. He finished 3rd in his weight class, and he's just having a great year.
He's strung together a really nice season. He has, right now we see the referee holding 3. He did get that arm bar to connect and got him over. So essentially it's a 9-0 match right now.
And you heard Mike Nickerson say he got another 3 points.
So yeah, now he's locked up a
he's
far side cradle, and there's a blood timeout. I want to go back to some of those results you were talking about with Jack, because as you said, he really is putting together a nice season.
And he's only a sophomore.
Correct. That Highlander invite, that's a Homestead Highlander invite, that has turned into a bit of a meat grinder. The Red Raiders went there last Friday night. Something like 12 mats, 30 teams, some crazy thing like that. And how did they end up in the team race?
In the team race,
I think they were about in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
But when they did go with a bit of a skeleton crew. They had a couple of injuries. They wrestled Bayport the night before.
Yeah,
they were a
and
little dinged up. They had some
took
illness.
a loss in that.
Yeah, but they had some illness and injury, so they rested some guys. So they didn't take everyone.
No.
Jack, as you said, was the highest finisher, and there were a couple of people ranked ahead of him in that tournament, but Jack felt like he competed hard, had a good showing.
Yeah, still a great showing.
And is feeling good about where he is at this point in the season. So back to action here at 113, and Jack decided to just go ahead and relinquish the point, so they started neutral. So 9-1 the score. Jack is very close to scoring here. Now that he's got that ankle covered, that really should be a takedown, and there it is.
He gets it.
12-1. Now he's going to go into a hook tilt. He's real close to connecting on this hook tilt.
He's just prying down on it.
But he's going to run out of time.
Once again, he runs out of time. As there was a bit of stoppage in that one from the blood.
All right, so DeMar's with the choice. He chooses to ride, putting Jack on bottom. Here's the start of the third period. 12-1 your score in this opening bout of this dual meet.
He could not let Jack get him back on the ground.
And there, Falk was able to, he was almost got his escape, but it's going to end up being a reversal instead. Now there's that signature leg Turk, and Jack has the bottom shoulder and the bottom leg. It's going to be done here, folks. is he got his 4 count, his 4 near fall points, taking the score to 18-1. And as you know, Logan, as soon as you get a 15 or more, the match is done. A technical fall, it's like a technical knockout in boxing.
An incredible showing again here by Jack Falk.
Yeah, nice job by Jack. He really went out there with a lot of aggressive action, scored a lot of points. DeMar's putting together a nice season. It's hard to picture that kid is just a freshman, but figuring some things out. So we'll take a look at him in the years to come.
And he lasted a bit longer than I think he probably expected of himself, even in that one.
So, as we move to 120 pounds, Trevor Nguyen and Logan Bowers. Nguyen from Pulaski, Bowers from Ashwaubenon.
Nguyen, a junior.
Trevor's another one of these Red Raiders who's made really nice progress from last year to this year. There he picks up his 3-point takedown, and he actually has a bottom leg hook, but he's probably going to let go of the leg hook as he is stuck in an arm bar on that left side.
Yeah, he's going to look to control it.
But Bowers does a nice job of like limping that arm out. I don't know how he got that, but now look at Trevor still has that bottom leg. So he's got the Turk, had a cross wrist, but now Bowers is one rubber band man. Like, wow. I don't know how he's sneaking out of that. There's Trevor with bottom leg hook, bottom leg Turk, and finds a half. And he is close. They're still at 90 degrees. Those shoulders are still at 90, but now there's
trying to get him down.
Now is a count. There's a consecutive count, so he's going to get points here. And he might get the fall. He really has it. He's teed off, perpendicular, pulling that far elbow across, putting the pressure on. He's on his toes. Hips are down. This is tough and tight, and there's the fall.
He gets it.
1:28 in the first period. Yeah.
Great showing there.
So Trevor recently snuck down here to 120 pounds. He was wrestling 26 earlier in the season.
I have him listed on my roster here as 126.
Right. But, you know, you see this from time to time. Wrestlers decide as the season goes on, maybe the next weight up or next weight down would be a better spot for me. Maybe it'd be a better spot for the team.
Yeah.
Right? Tightens up the lineup a little bit. But that brings us to 126 pounds. Brady Freeman is going to step out there for your Red Raiders, and we've got to wait to hear whether it's going to be Chandler Steele or Cale Wallace.
So that's interesting because I had Brady Freeman originally.
All right, it is Chandler Steele and Brady Freeman.
I originally had Brady Freeman listed at 120 and Nguyen at 126, so they might have.
They've done a little flip-flop here.
Yeah. As Freeman is a sophomore.
It's an important, really important year for Brady. He's been in that varsity lineup the whole time, like you said, at a lighter weight before, but he's got the length and the strength, I think, to be a solid competitor here at the next weight up at 126. He is real close to scoring in this situation where he's in a little counter offense, trying to step over that back ankle. If he hooks that back ankle, that's going to be 3.
I think he's got it.
He's got it, and that's his 3 right there. So
nice
Brady
takedown.
Picking up the first points so far. In 3 bouts, we've seen this theme
of the
from
takedown.
The Red Raiders coming out and scoring first. Brady locks up a far side cradle. He's getting a count.
Looks like he's got.
See if he's holding 4, I think.
Is he? Yes.
And now awards it. So jumps out to a 7-0 lead. It's one of the things I'm encouraged about here, Logan, is that, you know, at the last broadcast when Pulaski was wrestling Green Bay Preble, and in fairness, Pulaski had them outmatched, but they didn't rest on their laurels. They didn't just like, oh, you know, we're going to have an easy night. They went out and went after it.
Looking back at some of that earlier today, I saw some. They went out there. They just went out to get it done quick, but they didn't take it easy. There were some matches that they put all their effort into.
Well, we're seeing the same thing tonight. They're going out with a lot of aggressive action and scoring points, but credit Chandler Steele at the end of that period for scoring, getting an escape and a takedown, bringing the score to 7-4. Now Brady back in on a high crotch shot, drives across, takes him down, picks up 3. It's 10-4.
Steele, also the sophomore. I did not hear what he called.
Oh, yeah, the interesting call. He dinged Brady for stalling. The issue was that he said Brady had hooked the back ankle and was just riding that ankle. Well, okay, seemed a little fast to me, but that's fine. If that's the way he's going to call it, that's the way he's going to call it.
We were in there earlier, and we saw the refs talking with the team.
And he did mention that he's going to call stalling. So
he's going to call everything seriously. He's not going to be like them other refs.
There's a big reversal for Steele,
wow.
And he has Brady on his back. He's in trouble, folks. He can still pick up the fall even though Brady is off the mat. Steele has a foot inside, and there's a foul.
My.
Holy moly.
What a victory.
Big turn of events there at 126 pounds. Brady Freeman really doing a nice job throughout that match. I don't know if he let up or just tables turned just
might
for
have
a
been
moment there.
that stalling call might have just took his eye off the ball.
It might have rattled him a little bit, but
because he looked like he was in his groove, and then he got called for the stall, and then right from there it turned, and Chandler Steele ends up with the fall.
The tide did turn wickedly there for
So an impressive victory there for Chandler Steele, who was getting dominated for most of that match, and then he managed to flip it, and here's Brock Ambrosius. Going to be a great night for him as it's senior night. One of the 3 seniors on this team, so he wants to definitely win tonight.
Yep, and there's Brock. Turns that single leg into a double leg, gets a nice little lift and a takedown. So once again, Raiders out there scoring first.
Ambrosius, this year, also another top individual on the team. He is a senior, as I mentioned, at the 132 weight class, 22-5, returning state qualifier, which he could do again possibly. He's ranked 16th in Division I. So yeah. He finished first in his weight class in a couple different tournaments this year, such as at the Antico John Roberts Invite. He also finished he finished second at the Marquette Challenge in his weight class. So,
yeah, he's putting together a nice season. He relinquishes the escape, gets back in on a single leg, gets another takedown. He's getting back points right here. Could be quick work here for Brock tonight.
Yeah, and he
does.
And he gets the win there.
In a minute.
Ambrosius, what a showing on senior night for Brock. Got to feel good about that one.
Perhaps fans noticed that Brock is wearing a little bit different singlet than the Red Raiders that came out prior.
Have to do with senior night?
It does have to do with senior night. Nice little, kind of a cool little tradition that the Pulaski program has come up with here in the last few years.
Yeah, it looked more of like a red, with more red added onto it.
Where they design I think the seniors are involved in designing a custom singlet, and so yeah, it's just
pretty
kind of
awesome thing for them.
Little thing for them to do. So here we are at 138 pounds.
We
and
have
Max Fredrickson is out there against, I believe it is Tice Allen.
I have a good buddy of mine who wanted to give Max Fredrickson a shout out.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, Mr. Jack Hayward wanted me to give him a nice little shout out tonight. He says he's a great kid, that he just loves seeing this kid.
Jack Hayward, former RSN All-Star.
What a guy. But yeah, Fredrickson, only a sophomore, and he's got potential.
He certainly does. There's a really nice example of what Max brings to the table. You saw him wrestling in space and took that really nice double leg shot and picked up the first takedown.
But there's an escape there.
Pretty quick to relinquish the point. But then Allen was trying to close that gap. He understood that, maybe I don't want to wrestle in space with this guy.
Yeah.
But
looking for Max. A takedown.
Yeah, Max does a nice job of working underhook. And finds another way to get to his double leg and got back points on it too. So back points are coming. There's 3 of them. So with the 2 takedowns and the 3 near fall, it's 9-1.
Trying to get that leg now.
.25 seconds remaining in the first period. 17-6, the team score in favor of.
And that 6 is from that one fall, right?
That is it.
Final 10 seconds.
Off the mat they go. Short time, 3.3. Fresh start.
Green is down. Oh, wow.
Trying a little Granby roll, a little shoulder roll there. See.
Nice little move.
See what comes of it, and nothing does. Green is going to defer. Max is going to choose neutral. Like we said, it's 9-1 here as we start the second period. Let's see if Max can get back to that double leg.
Oh,
not quite.
He
kept
might.
One arm
He's
high.
got a little headlock in.
Yep, he's going to get 3. Yeah, there's the takedown. Basically, Max fired off that shot, but he left one arm high, and then that gave Tice Allen the
So he
chance
still
to
gets
gain
the
a little
points, even though he
leverage.
took him down off the mat.
Tice gets the point, yeah. So that's a rule change that I'm trying to think if that's been a couple years now, where basically all you have to have is a toenail or a fingernail inbounds.
Just something has to be
right.
a part of your body.
An eyelash, whatever. But yeah, wrestling can continue as long as there's some
part of your body
of either wrestler that's still inbounds or on the line. Then that's fine. But
it creates more space for them to
yeah,
make more room.
Yeah, in a sense, you've increased your mat space by
an arm's
taking
length.
that rule, by adding that rule. Max was able to get a reversal in that exchange. 11-4 the score now.
Yeah, Max trying to get it back how he had it in that first period.
.45 seconds remaining in the second period.
11-4 still. He just cannot really get anything. And an escape. So it's his second escape.
And there's that
Double A, nice double A takedown. Oh no, he does not get the takedown.
There he's
now he gets it.
Yeah, a little slow on awarding it, but it was inevitable. 14-5.
About 5 seconds left. I don't know if he's going to be able to really get anything else.
That takes us to the third period.
So it's been back and forth in this one.
A little bit.
It's been a lot tougher for each man to earn their points. But Max is that 1 point off of taking it.
Wouldn't be shocked if Max decides to cut him loose and get back and wrestle on his feet a little bit. We'll see. Looks like he's content to ride. Oh. No.
What did the ref call?
He called the officials' time because Tice has
something.
part of the tape job on his thumb.
Oh, it was
came
coming
loose,
off, so he
and
wanted him to get rid of that.
Didn't want that to impede any action, or someone's finger to get caught in it or something. So fresh start. Max stays back in the saddle here.
Yeah.
Doing a nice job of riding on a diagonal here, staying off his knees for the most part. Good hard ride. And we'll see. Now this Tice works to his feet. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if Max easily relinquishes, and there it is. He gives him the escape. 14-6.
Minute 20 left.
Tice's coach encouraging him to get after it because he sees him as kind of being in this match, and he is. If Tice were to get a takedown, that would make it interesting. And now Tice is in on a little okey choke action. He's close to scoring, and he does.
So
14-9 the score. He's kind of in it, but we've got less than a minute.
So he's got to go. Still got his foot in.
Tice is going to have to make
He's
a decision
out.
here
Yeah.
if he's going to let him go. See what his coach is encouraging him to do. Well, they want to keep him down because with a 5-point, he's got a 5-point deficit. And if he cuts him loose and it's 6 points, and you got to take him right to his back, feet to back. So they want him to ride and find a tilt. But Max is close to getting another reversal. If he can just push the head down.
He's in a good spot.
Step over the back ankle, and there he goes. So now 16-9. What Tice did do in that flurry and in the point exchange was that he took away the major decision.
Yeah.
And there's always a victory in a sense in that he is holding saving points for his team, but that is the way this match will end, 16-9 in favor of Max Fredrickson. So
that was a good one.
Good match, just a regular decision. So credit Tice for finding the gumption to get in there and fight for some points, take away that major decision. So the Red Raiders only tack on a number 3, another 3 points. It's 20-6 as far as the team score goes. It's going to bring us to 144 pounds. I believe the Red Raiders are sending. Is this Bryce Van Lannen?
Yeah, are we at 144?
We are. And an interesting choice here for Ashwaubenon. They have 2 wrestlers weighed in at 144. 2 of their better wrestlers. We'll see who they send.
They're going to go with Jonah Weisking.
Yeah, Jonah putting together a really nice season. So we'll see how this is the freshman, Bryce Van Lannen.
Weisking, one of their top wrestlers. He's their senior, so he's nearing the end of his time.
So the senior against the freshman.
Weisking at the New London Cutler Classic was a top finisher for this team, along with the other guy who they could have chosen, Kobe Hawkers, who Hawkers took 3rd at his weight, and Weising took 1st at 150, so a weight above.
Right.
So he's went a weight down.
Yeah, Jonah has been wrestling the majority of this season at 150. I'm not sure when exactly.
And he's been doing pretty well, it looks like.
Perhaps this is the first competition where he's been down to 44. I'm not exactly sure, but he's been doing a nice job at 150. So.
And then Hawkers looks like he was doing pretty well at 144, so interesting that he dropped down.
Jonah picked up the first points here. 144, 3-0. Now he's got, he picked up a couple of swipes here, a couple of counts. So the official is holding 2. Leisgang has 2 more points coming. There it is. Now they're awarded 5-0. And now Jonah doing a nice job on that half Nelson, running him over.
As Van Wanen.
Really close here. He's in trouble.
Van Wanen, the freshman, just trying to stay in there.
And there's the fall. Jonah Leisgang picking up the fall at 144 pounds, a minute 46 seconds. And now we see that maybe that move down to 144 for Jonah Leisgang is going to be a pretty
it
good
could have
maneuver.
benefited him. He's already doing well at 150, and now he's doing well at 144.
We'll see who Ashwaubenon sends. Is it going to be Hawkers or is it going to be one of the other gentlemen
Kaufman
they
or
weighed in?
Sawyer?
Right, at 150.
See
Probably going to be Hawkers.
Because Hawker's having a good year as well.
On the mat right now at 150 for Ashwaubenon, Colby Huckers.
Yes.
From Pulaski, Christian Reed.
Pulaski sends out sophomore Christian Reese, and as you predicted, Hawkers will go out. Another top-ranked individual for Ashwaubenon. As I previously mentioned, he took third at 144 in the New London Cutler Classic.
It's a nice shot by Hawkers. Gets to that single leg. Christian fighting it off.
Oh, wow.
But Hawkers draws first blood here at 150 pounds. Christian Reese back up to his feet right away. Peels, cuts, faces, gets his one.
Escape Pulaski.
Christian just bouncing back from a little illness. Was out of the lineup last week.
In the Bayport matchup.
Yeah, he was battling a little infection. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
you know,
neurovirus all going.
and
I had that
influenza.
earlier this week. Not fun.
No. So good to see Christian back on the mat tonight.
Definitely don't want to be competing with that.
No.
Yeah, so he took his time, rested up. Now he's back out there.
And the illness also kept him out of the Highlander invite last weekend too. So good that, you know, this kind of stuff comes and goes. You got to just
Deal with it.
Yeah, and you got to give your body a chance to heal up. So good to see Christian back out here tonight. And now Christian getting something going there. Yes, as he hand fights hard, he's close to scoring, comes around behind, picks up the three-point takedown. Now he leads 4-3.
So Christian.
And there's Hawkers with a little Granby shoulder roll. Sneaks a little reversal there in short time.
Yeah, he'll get 2 for that.
And Reese close to getting his one, but that's the way the first period's going to end. Lots of action. 5-4 in favor of Hawkers. No shortage of action here at 150 pounds.
As it looks like he deferred.
Now we're going to get a little break. Looks like we've got a little blood time for somebody.
I think it's for Christian.
Okay.
Looks like they're putting Vaseline on him too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes in this kind of weather, you know, chapped, cracked lips, and so then they have to kind of gum it up with a little Vaseline. He'll be back out there in just a moment or two. But
he's already performing well.
I'm hoping that Christian has bounced back from his illness.
Yeah,
that he has his lung power back, because with the kind of action that we had going there in the first period,
he's going to need that.
Yeah, we're a little nervous about how his lungs are going to perform.
So it looked like before the ref called for that red had deferred. So green shows down.
There's that shoulder roll again. He's got to be careful. Christian did a really nice job of following at that time. And Hawkers, nice job following up his shoulder roll with a little stand up and turn cut in. He's ahead by 2 now, 6-4. Now in the last neutral exchange, Christian was doing a really nice job of hand fighting hard and taking the action to him, and he does it again here. He finds that elbow, does a little elbow pull, gets to a high crotch. Hawkers
And
was
knees
able to
kind
get
of on his
his
hair.
hips back a little bit and sneaking the wrong leg in, but boy, now we're in a goofy spot because Hawkers is looking for a little spladle action, which not going to work out there. But if he clears this leg that Christian has, then we're going to be in a different spot. Christian does a nice job of getting that, trying to bury that shoulder back in on the inside thigh. I would think that, yes, here comes a stalemate call. Good job. Good timing there by the official. Gave them a chance to wrestle it out a little bit. Not a whole lot was going on, so we just call a stalemate, and let's break them and go back to neutral. Let's see if we can get Christian back on a hard hand fight, pounding on that head. No, it's Hawkers that attacks
Going
this
for
time.
that leg.
He gets to that single leg again, and there's another takedown, and he's close to a near fall here with a near side cradle.
Now
But
he's up 9-4.
Christian does a good job of battling back and bellying down so that he can just fight that off. 9-4 the score.
About 15 left in this.
Christian working back to his feet.
Might try getting an escape.
I'd say so far so good with, there's the stall call, because once you get to your feet, it is
Oh.
incumbent upon the top wrestler to return you to the mat, which Hawkers did with some authority there right at the end of the period. But still picks up a stall call.
So the stall was on who?
Was on Hawkers, because once you get to your feet, it is the top wrestler's job to get the action back on the mat. So far so good with Christian's lung power. You know, usually you young bucks bounce back so fast from illness. Maybe he's
I
just
don't
fine.
know what you're talking about. I do not. I am horrible at that.
Christian again getting to his feet now. Remember, we just got a stall call in the same position, and Hawkers wisely lets him
Yeah,
go.
does not want another one.
So there's the escape. 9-5 the score. Christian's got to get to work here with a minute and a half left in this bout.
He would really love a takedown.
Takedown would bring it back within one. He's definitely within striking distance here. He's got to get to work.
Who will make the first move?
And there comes Hawkers trying to get to that left side single leg again, and he does. Let's see if he converts points again. He's been relentless on that leg, has scored every time he's touched it, and there he does again. And now he's close to a near fall. Christian bellies down once again, fends off the back points, but 12-5 is the deficit.
What is the whistle for?
Looks like we have an illegal hold. 1 point for red. I'm not exactly sure what the illegal hold was. I didn't see it. Maybe he snuck a full Nelson in there. I'm not sure what Hawkers did, but 12-6 the score.
Yeah, because the ref kind of just gave him a good little chuckle after that.
Here's that same position where he could, okay, now Hawkers lets him go because he doesn't want to get the stall call.
Yeah.
12-7 the score.
So, I mean, realistic.
It's doable.
He's back in it realistically, but it's going to be
doable.
tough.
He needs to go feet to back here. He needs to go take down and near fall in one fell swoop.
He's got only 5 seconds.
Yep, it looks like Hawkers is going to hang on and win this one, and he does. Wow.
Really good one there.
That was an excellent match. Nice job by Colby Hawkers picking up a 12-7 victory. But again, only 3 team points coughed up there, so
it does bring it to 20-15.
A nice job by Christian Reese, bouncing back after an illness, coming out there, wrestling hard, going to full 6, and he went hard. He was scoring at the end.
So
looking all right. So
we're going up to a weight class of.
On the mat right now, 157, wrestling for Ashwaubenon, Nolan Burtz, for Pulaski, Caden Wisniewski.
Nolan Burtz, the sophomore.
Yep.
And Caden Wisniewski, the junior, for Pulaski at the 157.
wrestlers just getting to know each other here. There's Wisniewski on the front head, finds a cradle on the near side. And why in the world, what happened here? Why did
He might
I'm
be.
not sure. Yeah, he's got a nasty cramp in his calf. You can see that. But I'm not exactly sure why they were called out of bounds. Caden still had 1 foot clearly in the red. And
I would hope it's just a cramp.
yeah, it is. But the disheartening thing on that out of bounds.
He called him
call
out
is
of
that
bounds?
That he had a cradle locked up, which is very close to a control position in neutral. But that's the way it's called. It's going to be zeros when we come back to center momentarily. There's going to give Caden a little stretch on that calf, and not sure what's going on, why he's cramping up. He got it in a goofy position, who knows, but he's all right. He's good to go.
He's trying to.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, maybe he's not good to go. I spoke too soon. Yeah, he just needs to put some steady
Needs
stretch
to get
on
that
it.
leg moving.
Well, in the meantime, while we're taking this injury time out, a big weekend here for
Pulaski.
wrestling.
Both sides. The girls wrestling team. Tomorrow night, they have the Shawano Invitational.
That's right.
They're having another great season. Leah Kapla, ranked, is returning state qualifier, and obviously Haro Skinador, sophomore, just incredible year, ranked number 1.
Well, as a returning state champ, you would think she would be, and indeed she is. She's back at the same weight class and
State champ as a freshman, so that was
doing a nice job. So we're back at action here, though, at 157 pounds. Zeros on the board.
looks like that cramp's gone. So let's hope it doesn't return.
No points there as they go off the mat again. Nolan Wirtz is bringing the heat, though, in this match so far.
So it's twice now that they've gone out. Still no points.
Notice Wirtz is the one really kind of initiating the action. Okay, now Caden's getting involved. And Wirtz is giving up ground. You see Caden putting a little more pressure on him, and now setting up a little double leg. But Wirtz on a nice reshot gets to high crotch, shifts across. He's close to scoring, but Wisniewski does a really nice job of just hipping and gut-wrenching him back to a more neutral position.
20 seconds. They're just rolling around.
Caden close to scoring, and he does! And he's going, whoa, and he missed out on some backs. Oh, he is holding to. Okay, so in that exchange, wow, that was wild.
Whoa.
That was a wild one. So Caden did pick up the takedown. He got 3 for it, and in the process, caught a couple of swipes for near fall. So
it was 3-2, and now it's 3-3.
As I'm explaining, 3 points for the takedown, caught a couple swipes for near fall, and then in that exchange, Wirtz was able to get a reversal. So 5-2 is the right score. As you can see, the Ashwaubenon coach is checking on that, like, hey, where'd those near fall points come from? And the official explains that, yeah, indeed, they were there, and they were.
That was a very quick exchange there.
It was. That was kind of crazy. But Caden defers, and Ashwaubenon has choice, so they go bottom. And as we just saw, he was able to pick up a reversal. But, wow, Caden is close to picking up a near fall here. No, he was just getting individual swipes. It was 1 and then back to 90 and then another 1 and back to 90. So he did not pick up consecutive swipes. And Wirtz real close to getting out here. But, wow, Caden able to snake a cradle with a leg in. He is close, and there he's getting a count. No. He gets one swipe.
I saw the one.
They are dangerously close. I'm not
One,
exactly sure.
two.
Yep, there's 2 consecutive. And that was a peculiar hold that Caden Wisniewski had. Now he's got a half, and oh boy, leg in and half. He pulls him back and is going to need to float his hips over the top, but there's a chance for more points. No.
Saw only one swipe there.
Yep. So there he's finally awarded 2.
From the
And so-
previous swipes.
So near fall is the difference so far in this match, as Caden Wisniewski has been able to pick up 2 different sets of 2-point near falls. 7-2 is the score with 30 seconds left in the second period. So Caden looking to build on that lead. He's got to stay back in the saddle. Oh, there he goes. He switches off for a mat return by going to a high single leg. And off the mat they go. Nice little move there by Caden Wisniewski to drop in on that single leg. Must have felt like Verts was close to getting a reverse or getting his escape, so kind of a last-ditch effort. You sneak in on that single leg, drive him out of bounds. Smart wrestling. Wisniewski again close to backs. Verts is turning in and kind of exposing himself, making himself vulnerable for those back points. But that's the way that second period will end. A wild second period.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot of points scored,
No.
but close.
Yeah, a lot of near fall points almost scored.
Almost scored.
A lot of the ones and then could not get the consecutives.
And now it's going to be
the ref.
now it's going to be Wisniewski in the bottom position and gets a caution because he just didn't have quite the right starting position. I think maybe he didn't have his hands in front of the line as you're supposed to. But there's the start. And let's see how Caden does on bottom here.
Trying the
Looking for that little shoulder roll that we've been seeing from the Jaguars. And
he's trying to
Verts is reefing on a half Nelson. He's got what we would call wrong leg in and throwing a half Nelson. It really shouldn't turn into anything, but Caden's still he's got to be gamesome down here. He's got to be careful. Oh, and now there it is. There's an illegal hold. Yep, Verts was
a lot of screaming
cranking
over
on
here.
that half Nelson. He was switching from one side to the other on this half Nelson, but turned it into a full Nelson.
You can't do that.
And that is illegal. So add a point for Caden Wisniewski. It should be 8-2 right now. Now Caden trying to get to his feet, and that's really what he needs to do. He needs to work himself up to his feet in a good wrestling stance. Turned in a little too fast. He's got to be a little more patient on this one because now Verts has him flat. That's what we call the second worst position in wrestling. You're on your belly, you're not far from being on your back. So he's got to work up. He's building back to his base. There's a warning for stalling against Pulaski, and that is his second call. I don't recall the first one.
I don't remember.
I don't recall the first one, but oh, there we go. There's the correction. That was the first. So that's just the warning. Another one would result in a point. Now Verts really cranking, and there comes the second warning for stalling. That'll be a point, so should be 8-3. The scoreboard says 7-2. There's 7-3, but there was the illegal hold. Should be 8-3. We're under 10 seconds now. Wisniewski got to hold on. There's another stall call, 7-4.
It should be 8-4 on the scoreboard.
But despite the flurry of stalling points,
and
it's going to end with Caden Wisniewski picking up a regular decision at 157. So again, not 100% sure if that was 7-4 or 8-4. I thought there was a an illegal hold called.
And it looked like there was a lot of disappointment on the Ashwaubenon side. The ref had to call him back to shake his hand. Oh, yeah, and he chucked his headgear.
That's not good.
Yeah, no, he just chucked it.
Well, good thing the ref didn't see that. That would actually be a team point.
Would it really?
Did he chuck it before he stepped off the mat?
No, but he chucked it really hard off the ground.
Oh, okay.
And
well,
ref did have to call him back to shake his hand.
Okay, but that was sort of after the fact. But yeah, if you throw your headgear,
that would make sense then.
Yeah,
and he's really pacing himself all over the court right now.
Well, it was a battle, and
got to be
get your emotions involved.
Yeah,
and
he put a lot of effort into that one.
Keep them in check. Well, here we go. We're up at 165, I believe.
Yeah.
This is going to be Matt Grippentrog. Yeah. Matt Grippentrog from Ashwaubenon.
Pulaski Drake Coppins, I heard.
Yep. Drake is out there, so Drake moving up tonight from 23-15.
And he said he was going up against
Grippentrog.
Yep, the senior.
23-15, the team score. Now, this is the classic example, Logan, where I was mouthing off at the beginning of the broadcast, and I was saying how this is a mismatch and all that kind of stuff.
And it on paper is a mismatch.
But this has this has been a competitive duel, with Ashwaubenon within 8 points on the team score. Just picked up a takedown in this bout, and there's going to be locked hands call as well. So he gets the takedown. Grippentrog gets the takedown, but then doesn't release the lock. So
Ashwaubenon tonight is they've very strategically chosen when to send each person out. I think part of that's with the cutting. What was his name? I think down to 144 and having Hawkers go up to 150. That really helped them.
Yeah, it changes your lineup a little bit and gives you a little bit different look.
Because they were able to get that fall in one of those, which gave them the 6 earlier.
Right. Well, the senior out there against the freshman back at 144 pounds. That was
mismatch. And then Hawkers got him 3 after.
But we're here at 165, and Drake has been able to pick up an escape, and so now we're at 3-2. And Drake sneaks a right side single leg. He's bringing that leg out, and can he bring it up? No. Grippentrog brings a hard whizzer, brings it back down to the mat, but Drake able to fight back up to his feet. He's got the leg out. He's bringing it up. Can he get it up to his shoulder? He's close, and whoa! That's the way that's the way the period ends. Grippentrog with a little trickeration there to keep the position at neutral, but Grippentrog was close to scoring that. It would have been interesting to see if we had a little more time on the clock how that would have ended, but it ends with no score. Drake is in the bottom position as we start the second period.
It's up 3-2.
Grippentrog working a right side armbar, really cranking on that thing, trying to reel in that far arm. Now he's got it. He's got no, he doesn't. Sorry, I thought he had the far wrist. He's looking bar and half. Now he's got the wrist if he can roll that under. And he's got Drake's far shoulder pinned to the mat. Drake does a nice job of getting his knees back underneath him, fighting his hips up, getting back to base, clears the wrist, clears the armbar. Excellent job by Drake, gets all the way to his feet, peels and escapes. That was a fantastic job by Drake Coppins to go from being on his belly with coughing up an armbar all the way back to his feet and getting an escape. There really was a lot of solid technique, good skills, and good position by Drake Coppins there to fight back to get his point. 3-3 the score.
Yeah, and that helped him tie it up there.
Now Grippentrog in on that sit the middle position, and he's going to try to sneak that head to the outside. He's close. Coppins looking to come back up over the top. but he's not going to be able to, and it's going to be another takedown, 6-3, with about 30 left in this period. And Grippentrog close. He's got a near side cradle locked up. He is close to a fall. And folks, that is going to bring the team score
wow.
within 2.
This is getting really interesting now. Another fall. And that really got Ashwaubenon up and on their feet.
Well, they are cranked. And they really are. They're stringing together some good matches. Early in the dual meet, it was all Pulaski.
175, as looks like Pulaski's going to send out, if I'm reading the graphic correct, Mason Taylor.
Yep.
Who, Mason Taylor, having a really good year. Another one of them kids on Pulaski having a great year.
He is. He's stringing it together.
Yeah, he's a junior ranked. He ranked in 165, but tonight he's going up to 175. But in that, he's ranked 14th in Division I. Taylor at the Highlander Invite, which was, I believe he said last week, he finished third at 165. Mason Taylor also in the Inigo John Roberts Invite finished first.
Mason does a nice job here.
And
as he picked up a takedown and found his, hang on, a little extracurricular here, hang on. Found a cradle, reeled him back and put him to the mat in 43 seconds. Yeah.
Another quick fall.
So now Pulaski has taken control again, 29-21.
They just got their 6 back.
They got it back, but I would say the Red Raiders are a little surprised by the fight the Jags are giving them tonight. So, tip of the hat to Ashwaubenon.
So
they're fighting hard.
Going up to 190. Looks like the Raiders are going to send out sophomore Keaton Dowk. I was pretty good friends with his older brother. Keaton, also a very good football player.
I didn't catch who the Jaguars sent out here.
Neither did I.
So, yeah, you can see that the Red Raiders are jostling their lineup a little bit here, giving some people an opportunity for some varsity matches. We still have Andy Service coming up yet, another senior.
Yeah.
He's been usually occupies this weight class, 190, but I think it's great to see Keaton out there and getting some varsity action. Keaton in on that single leg, converts on it. There he takes a 3-0 lead. So yeah, as you said, Keaton usually a 175-pounder.
Yeah.
And truth be told, a little light for 175. So credit Keaton for
stepping up here.
Saying, yeah, coach, I'll go wrestle 190. I'm okay with that. Doing a nice job staying in control. Keaton has been in the lineup quite often this season, and I've seen some really good things out of him.
And he'll be probably getting even more time next year as he reaches his junior year.
Now he has found that bottom leg Turk, and he's looking for the bottom shoulder. He only got one swipe so far. Needs to come back and maybe turn that, look for a half on that top shoulder and the top arm. But yeah, so Ashwaubenon does a nice job of sneaking that bottom leg away, getting back to base.
So I think I identified based on listening to Ashwaubenon shouting. It looks like Sawyer Walton is out there.
Okay, is it Sawyer?
I hear a lot of Sawyer shouting,
okay,
so
well
I'm going to assume it's him.
That's a safe assumption. Thank you. It is. We've got confirmation now from our broadcast advisor, Logan Winkleman. You know, it takes a team here at the Raider Strong Network. And
It does.
all right, Keaton Dowk starts in the bottom position here in the second period and gets to his feet right away. He's close to getting out. He's got it, but now Walton has done a nice job of sneaking, dropping back in on that single leg and maintaining control. So it's a start over for Keaton Dowk. All the way from belly back to base. Now he's working to his feet.
Back to his base.
There he gets his quad pod.
Trying to get up to his feet.
And again, Walton was able to sneak in drop in on that single leg. But Keaton getting that foot back on the mat, breaking the lock, gets his point right there, 4-0, the lead. As I mentioned, Keaton giving up a little bit of weight here.
Yeah.
As Walton usually tips the scale around 185, and
Yeah, Keaton really jumping up there. As there was a stoppage.
not exactly sure what happened there.
Neither am I.
But a fresh start, and now Keaton in on that single leg.
Trying to get it.
A little dump
There
action.
he goes.
Picks up the 3, 7-0.
Dowk now.
Really nice attack by Keaton with that low single leg, takes it from low to high, gets to his feet, does a little dump action, and picks up his takedown, and now he's close to getting a tilt. This is working cross wrist and sneaking an armbar in on that cross wrist. So let's go with the cross wrist. And now it's Walton able to build back to base. He gets his hands in front of him, and off the mat they go, and the end of the second period.
So Keaton 7-0 right now.
Start the third. We're going to be in neutral here. Walton chose this particular spot. Interesting choice. He's given up a couple takedowns, but he wanted to go neutral. That's nice. Keaton working wrist on one side and peels off that collar tie on the other side. A little elbow, elbow out, elbow over, elbow shove. And now Walton taking a shot, but Keaton able to sneak. That's really a takedown, folks. When once you step over that back ankle.
There it is. A little late, but he gives it.
Yep. So
10-0.
And Keaton working on an armbar. He is close to getting a double armbar, I think. Hard for me to see the
He might
far
have.
side.
I think he has it.
He does. Now if he can get his hands locked. He does now. Oh, he is so close to locking his hands. Now he
loses the arm. Yeah.
Let's go of one. Decides to go with just the single arm bar. He's going to go bar and wrist. 50 seconds left in the match.
You think he'll cut him loose?
Well, as Walton sneaks to his feet, Keaton was pretty soft on let's just let him go and let's wrestle it out here on our feet.
And he
maybe pick up some more. And
pretty quickly takes him back down.
He's close to it. He's already got his major decision, so now at 13-1 with 20 seconds left.
For the
he maybe sneaks some back points. He could find that tech fall. But he's close.
He might get it.
He might get it. He's really close. If he takes another, there's the swipes are coming.
1, 2,
and in this
3
moment,
I saw 3 swipes.
There it is. He does pick up.
Within the final few seconds.
Yeah, 2.9 seconds left. Keaton Dowk was able to get 3 swipes.
Jumping up all the way to 190.
And Walton, even though Walton was coming out of it and rolling out, once you hit the 15-point differential, it's done.
Done,
right?
Over.
Yep. So, correct call made there.
As here comes Andy Service, senior, and as you mentioned earlier, in one of those custom designed senior night outfits.
Yep. 34-21, the team score.
This man's walk-up music.
What's that?
He chooses the strangest walk-up music.
On demand right now at 2:15, wrestling for Ashwaubenon, Andrew Kroll, for Pulaski, Andy Sherman.
All right.
So service jumps up to 2:15.
But we really have two 190-pounders here as Andrew Kroll steps out for the Jags. And we said Andy is a 90-pounder.
Yeah.
And Andy does a nice job right away of finding a little slide by.
And
picks up his takedown.
And he's ranked 10th in Division I. He's 29-5 this year. And he's just done so well. At that Highlander invite, he took 5th at his weight class.
Nice high crotch shot by Andy. Picks him up.
Oh, my.
Brings him back to the center. Same darn thing that
Andy.
happened last week. Andy did the same maneuver against Bayport where it was close. He hit the shot on the edge, picked him up, walked him back to center. And, hey, you just as well do that. Make sure you're going to score your points. Put him back in the center where you can wrestle. And so, nice job by Andy. He's got 2 takedowns so far and some back points. 8-1 the score. Now he's got the bottom leg turkey. Throws a half. This thing is going to be done, folks.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you, but Andy is real close. Oh,
well,
he lets him off. Okay.
Might go a little longer.
Yep. Now he's locked up a arm
Oh,
bar.
wow.
And he's got the wrist. He's got him over. He's already picked up his swipes. He didn't get. There's the fall.
Service, dominant showing.
Minute 14.
A dominant showing for service there on senior
Well
night.
done. Yep, well done on senior night. So, as I recall, Brock Ambrosius picked up a fall tonight as well.
So the seniors go for 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Nice job, Pulaski seniors.
On senior night, it's got to feel great for them. And those 2 falls, 12 points in the last 2, because the tech fall is worth how many?
5.
5. Now that's brought them all the way from 29 up with that 11 on the last 2 matches to 40.
40 to 21.
And Sawyer Goodness going to come out at 2.
No, this is going to be
Wes Olson, no. Looked like it was originally slated to be Sawyer, but they changed for Wes for 285?
Right. Wes is usually a 215-pounder, but because they've been bumping the lineup up and they want to get people matches,
You got a lot of room to spare there with
Wes sneaks up to 285 now. So the weight class is designated as 285,
Yeah,
but you
but
can
you
weigh
got
anything
a lot.
from 215 up to 285.
You've got a lot of room.
There's plenty of room there, and so neither of these boys out there in this weight class weigh 285. Hutto is he's like 2 1/4. So, but again, so just so
He's
our-
about
our
exactly
listeners-
2 1/4.
Our listeners understand that that's the way the 285 weight class works. West has already picked up a takedown. He's going to pick up 3 near fall. He's got that bottom leg turked. He's got the bottom shoulder. He's been awarded the near fall, so here comes some more. The official given the swipes. He's going to pick up the full fall.
He has
there
it.
is the fall.
Another fall for Pulaski. That one just a minute 7 seconds.
That is the way the dual meet is going to end. With the because well, I'm sorry, we're going to pick up a forfeit. The Red Raiders are going to pick up a forfeit
On the heavyweight.
at 106.
Oh yeah, because the
They started at 113.
Yes.
Last bout, last weight class to present is 106.
So
There
Adam
we go.
Freewood
Adam
gets
Freewood gets that. Yep, picks up another 6 for Pulaski. I believe they've tallied it, and it is
52 to 21 Pulaski.
so. I will officially stand corrected as I stated. As I stated at the beginning of the broadcast, how it was going to be a mismatch. Now you look at the score now, and you say, "Well, sure," but there were some tense moments.
From really up until those last 3 to 4, honestly, just those last 3 matches that we saw, it really right there.
Well, there was a moment where Ashwaubenon
They were 2 points off.
Brought it back within 2 points. So really, I want to give a lot of credit to the Jaguars. You know, they're building, they're rebuilding. They've got some seniors in the lineup, but they had a coaching change a few years ago as Jody Van Lanen retired and Chase stepped in, and so now it's a matter of, you know, building back and building the program that you want to build. And so that process is going on for Ashwaubenon. They showed a lot tonight. They were aggressive, went after it, and fought hard. And that's really, you know, what you want to ask your guys to do. On the other side of the mat, I would think that the Red Raider coaching staff would be pretty happy with what they saw tonight. A lot of Red Raiders came out there, and scored first, scored often, and
fought hard.
Fought hard and made the most of it. I do want to make sure we take a moment to mention that this weekend is
I was going to say that.
The Pulaski Invite. So the seniors stepped out here and were recognized for senior night. Hey, that's great. This is their last home dual meet, but it's not the last opportunity for the seniors to wrestle at home.
Because I believe you said it was over 60 years annually of the Pulaski Invitational, one of the longest annual running events here in wrestling of Wisconsin.
Yes.
It's going to be on Saturday. There's going to be over 17 teams there, including Kaukauna, ranked number 1 in D1, Bayport, once again for Pulaski, ranked number 5 in D1, Hortonville, number 6, Luxembourg Casco, number 10, Coleman, number 1 in D2, Freedom, number 5 in D2.
So always great competition at the Pulaski Invitational. So people will want to come out and take a look at that. It's a great event.
For these seniors, it's going to be a bit sad, but one last time out here on the Pulaski mat.
The Pulaski Invite also kind of marks for just the wrestling season. It's kind of that last opportunity to test yourself. They're about to go into the regional and sectional, the WIA tournament series, just a couple weeks away. And the Pulaski Invite, always a good tune-up and test to see if you're ready for a deep run in February. But that is the story tonight. The Red Raiders knock out the Ashwaubenon Jaguars 52-21 on behalf of all the crew here at the Raider Strong Network. And I mean all the crew. Logan, Crosby, Addison, Eva, Alyssa, Caitlin, Logan T, and their leader, Mrs. Langlitz. I'm Terry Manning, bidding you a great evening. And hey, don't forget, give someone a good bear hug and tell them you love them.